Chapter 2 of Metaphor Refantazio is out, and boy does it kick off with a bang from where the premiere chapter ended. The floating stone of the king has now arrived, bringing even more chaos on top of Louise's charismatic entry. With the source material, this would have been the start of the first actual dungeon to explore, typical of for Atlas Games Beach in Megami Tensei or Persona. However, just like in the previous chapter, they dropped it entirely and awakened what is supposed to be the game's second boss, the spot, as the chapter ends on its awakening. So it's safe to assume that this retelling of Metaphor will more than likely go at a more breakneck pace for the better or for worse, similar to that of, well, Legend of Zelda and Twilight, Legend of Zelda and the Pokemon Adventure manga, which is. Do you guys want any more coverage of those two titles? Comment down below and let me know if so. I'm always open for that. The art continues to impress, reminding me a mixture of Berserk and well, as I mentioned earlier, Pokemon Adventure manga. And they continue to show off a different take on the characters of Stroll and Will. As I said in the previous video, Will is calmer and more collected in the original game, whereas in the manga, it becomes more furious and impulsive when we see Raya's death here in the manga and compares to the video game. Stroll, who is the one that gets the most emotional, is more calm, collected, is stopping Will when he's charging at Louise for, well, revenging his death. And being the reader's proxy of explaining it to the ones that haven't played the game on what the floating head, or should I say floating rock, is most likely is. If there were any negatives about this chapter, it would be that I'm starting to wonder if the manga is going to skip one of the key aspects of the story that the original source material, aka the video game, the archetypes as they are called, is part of the lore within the world of Metaphor and the land of Uchronia. As far as we know, seeing as the human rose from its slumber in this chapter, they could have awakened and have it awaken now instead. I will continue reading it because I still like what I'm reading. As long as they cover the core element of the general story, I'm not against reimagining over direct adaptations. I mean, and I'm sounding like a broken record. I do love the Legend of Zelda and the Pokemon mangas, and those are more of a retelling than a slash reimagination than actual adaptation. But anyway, what do you guys think of chapter 2 of for those that read it? And are you reading as a non-video game player? Have you played the game earlier? Comment down below and let me know. Have it awesome, everyone.